marriage.
Oh, I'm not waving. That's what I mean.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like,
That's a hell
so you are open to sex before marriage?
Hell yeah, I'm open. Yeah,
Okay.
You know people who waited?
Personally, no.
Yes.
Hey guys, welcome to Little Blackbird 91. We are talking to you guys about Ready to Love. Listen, we're talking about the latest episode in the new season. It's crazy. Listen, there's been a lot of things that happened on this episode that we need to start breaking down. First and foremost, Deonte, he had to go. Yeah, I'm sorry I spoiled it for you. If you haven't watched it, it's a spoiler. Deonte had to go, okay? Deonte had to go, all right? You can't be out here telling us you got tattoos. You got 35 tattoos, okay? And you don't know, okay, which tattoo it was on your arm. You said you know every single tattoo and you knew the importance of them and didn't know what the answer was. That was weird, okay? So that already was already a no-go. Number two, we had, my favorite, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. My favorite is Mika. Okay, for me, Mika is beautiful, voluptuous, and just a delight to look upon on my screen. Okay, now you know what? It's only the opening round. Okay, all right. It's only the opening round, so we want to be able to get to know her first because she might be crazy. You know what I mean? It's always the beautiful ones. Okay, that are usually crazy. So we're gonna wait and see, but. We give her good shouts. I thought Will was doing so well till he opened his mouth to talk about Koshia's situation. Will was doing so well till he opened his mouth about Koshia, and then everything else from there just seemed to go downhill from there. It's like, brother, I know you may feel she have a red flag, but mentioning she has a red flag, okay, ain't no. Listen, don't do it. Okay, all right. Like, don't do it. Like, it's a no-go, all right? Keep your opinions to yourself in the very beginning, okay? And you just have conversation, you know? The reason why I shouldn't like you is because you were saying things you didn't need to say, okay? So that was another thing there. Dominico? Is it Dominico? Or Dominique? Dominic? Listen, you know I'm going to slew some people's names. It's a history and tradition. Is it Dominico? Listen, Dominico, is clearly a favorite of the ladies. You know, he's a good-looking lad. He's very buff as well. Pause. He's in good shape, it seems, as well. You know, we saw how Koshia was rubbing his arms as well, and we saw obviously how Mika was interested in him. Seems to listen very well. Is very competitive as well. Won the game. Won the game situation as well. So. That seems to be a big thing as well, so it's amazing on that point. Then we obviously have Laurent. Laurent, I don't know what happened there. Laurent was obviously, he's also a good lad too, Laurent. You know, he seems to be cool. Laurent obviously had a connection with Koshia as well. Again, he wants to have 2 to 10 kids. Oh, is that Dominique? No, that's Dominique. Dominique wants to have 2 to 10 kids, right? Laurent wants some kids, but he didn't say specify how many. But Mika doesn't want kids as well. So Laurent wants kids. Mika didn't want kids. Dominico wanted 2 to 10. It's crazy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say it's just crazy. Ooh, baby, there's a lot going on. Glenn didn't turn up. Glenn didn't show up at all. I'm not sure why. I don't know how nervous you can be, but he didn't show up at all. Don't know why. Then we obviously had Alexis. Alexis was cool. She had a connection with Will. That seemed to go okay, with the Will situation. And then she mentioned her is it autoimmune or auto? I can't remember what it's called. Auto something disease she mentioned as well. So, she's obviously... there's a lot there on her as well. So it's a bit much. I think it might come up later on as well. Autoimmune. Thank you. That was it. I was trying to think what it is. You know what I mean? I like Alexis. I think she's pretty cool. I think she's got a good vibe to her. I think she got a good vibe to her, Alexis. And then we also have these names are gonna start finishing me because I'm trying to remember all these people's names now as well. April again seems, I'm not gonna lie to you, April's giving man eater. I can't lie to you. April was giving me man eater. I don't know, but you know what? It's first impressions. I don't mean it actually is. April was giving me man eater vibes. Can't lie to you. Okay, all right, but it's still early days, still early doors as well. In that situation. And then also when we had Koshia. Okay. Koshia, listen, started off so well, but I was a little bit scared with Koshia. I won't lie to you. I was scared because when she said to Loran, I'm leaning in. And the reason why she's leaning in is because she wants to be able to break the guard of Loran. I was a little bit concerned. Can't lie to you. I was a little bit concerned by that. Yeah, when she said she wanted to break his guard, so she leaned in. She's like, you're a little bit guarded. I said, I knew from then, it's gonna be a problem. Okay, it's gonna be a problem. And then when you add that onto the fact that later on, when you see that later on, later episodes, it looks like she's gonna get spicy. Okay, all right. So. It's a lot. It's a lot right now. So, yeah, listen, make sure you guys, let's get into this, man. Because I don't, the first episode is always a little bit hard for me because there's not enough evidence. They don't do background anymore. They don't do like the little breakdowns anymore. You don't get none of the usual we used to get from behind the scenes, which for me is kind of annoying because like when you used to do that, it gives you a little bit more understanding of who it is. But now we're not really getting that as much. So it looks like Koshia and Alexis are gonna have a little bit of a beef a little bit later on. So we're gonna be paying close attention as well. All right, cool. So before we get into anything else, make sure if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for the notification of the uploads. Okay, all right. Let us know as well that you're loving the content by liking it. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. And for those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated because the streets out there are hot. All right. What I will do is I'll probably try and dive into some of the specifics that happened on the episode rather than try to bring any major conclusions because it's the first episode. It's hard to really bring anything to the table that is of any particular depth as well. Okay, let's start first and foremost with Dominique or Dominico. Dominico. Why is it the ladies are loving him? Dominico. What is it about him that the ladies are loving? Let's talk about him.
I can tell you right now, the Lord just spoke to me, and God is not going to give you 10 through me.
But we can do 2.
So, Dominique, listen, hey, let me be real with you. He's a very smooth operator, right? He's a very smooth operator. But as the ladies quoted themselves, good listener, attentive, and, seems to hold a good conversation as well. The way that he won the competition, I think, spoke volumes. Okay, I think it spoke volumes because the way that he was able to answer, he got 7 out of I don't know how many, right? Him and Loran obviously clearly are the ones that are paying attention. The rest of them weren't. Will got 2 or 3, and the rest of the guys got 0. So again, it shows who's actually paying attention to the people they're talking to, who's actually involved with the people they're talking to. Now, that doesn't mean he's a great partner, he's going to be a great catch. It just means he's a person that pays attention in those seasons and their moments, okay? Yeah? So I won't lie to you. It doesn't mean anything until we see them later on in the actual show. But shout out to him. I can't lie to you. Shout out to him for having the ability to listen and to pay attention and to be aware as well. All right. There wasn't really much evidence apart from what the lady said in terms of showcasing him being such this attentive, very good listener. There wasn't really much of that because, again, it's the first episode. We didn't see that. Do you know what I mean? we got a few clips of him talking and having his say, and we saw him talking to Mika as well. If you see here, I'm just gonna bring it to this part here.
Okay.
You know people who waited?
Personally, no.
Yeah.
What are like your deal breakers in general?
Not being open-minded.
Okay, so I mean, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think right now it's a looks thing. Can I be honest with you? I think right now it's a looks thing. Can't lie to you. It's a looks thing. Yeah, the ladies look like to me. It looked like they're hooked on the body right now, and I'm not mad at it. You know, it's the beginning of the show. It's the first thing you go off. I think his physique, his looks, are the very first thing that was actually happening in the situation that really was involved in the decision making of a lot of the ladies, right? Yeah, that's going to be a problem, Melanie. It's actually going to be a problem, right? It's going to be a problem. Maybe she will change her mind because of how she feels about Dominique. Maybe she'll change her mind. Maybe she will give a different perspective because she feels some type of way about Dominique, yeah? So I can see how that could potentially change, but in reality, you're absolutely right. It's not going to work. Her with 0 kids, him with 1 in 2 to 10. Yeah, ain't gonna work, right? Ain't no way, okay? Ain't no way. So the fact that Mika is, but obviously Mika liked his energy. She commented positively, said that he's a very good listener, and etc. etc. So, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's gonna be interesting. This is almost like the Blake and from a couple of seasons ago. Blake and what's her name? Why is her name gone out of my head? One of my favorites, Morgan. It's like Blake and Morgan already as well, like conversation, right? So you know, this is gonna be another one of those situations where the person doesn't want kids, and you do. It's a waste of time. It's gonna be a waste of time, but we'll wait and see. Okay, we'll wait and see. All right, we will wait and see in that respect and see how it flows from there. Okay. Someone said he just wants to smash. Probably, can't lie to you. Probably, I ain't gonna play with you. Probably, it's possible. Probably, it's possible. Can't lie to you. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's definitely something like that. 2 to 10 kids is a lot of 2 to 10 kids is a lot of kids when we are at we're going on to our 40s and stuff like that. 2 to 10 kids is a lot of kids. I can't lie to you. That's not a small amount of kids. Can we be honest with you? 2 to 10 kids is not a small amount of kids if you even get close to it, all right? You know, I think that's a very, you know, big thing there. So for me personally, yeah, that's going to be an interesting perspective in terms of the ladies and how they feel about that as well. So, hey, we're going to leave that up. All right, cool. I'm going to leave that alone. Diamante or Diamante, how do you guys say it? Diamante, he had to go. Okay, Diamante had to go. Diamante had to go. I'm so sorry. You know, they were judging him from the very beginning. Okay, brother said he's into fashion and stuff like that. Sir, why are you already in a space of giving critiques to ladies already? Please, why? You know, before even Alexis could even breathe, he's already given her advice on what she could have wore. Yeah, brother, relax. We just started the show. Okay? We just started the show. Okay? All right? We just started the show. Okay? So I that for me already was like, I don't know if that's going to come off well. Okay? I don't know if it's going to come off well. You are a fashion designer or fashion guru, whatever, respectfully. And then, you know, you got a situation with your credit, you know, and then you got tattoos that you don't even know you got tattoos for. You don't know what they mean. After telling us you're intentional, yeah, you had to go. Yeah, I ain't going to lie to you. He had to go.
Showing tattoos, I got like 35 of them.
Do you?
My tattoos are significant because of, you know, what things I went through in life and stuff.
So tell me about the one that I can see on your hand then.
I don't even remember what it was.
Oh, okay.
I hope that they edited that. I hope they edited that. I hope they edited that and was like, it's a joke. Like he made a joke and then they edited it and cut it. I hope he said, I don't know what it means. They cut it and edited it and then went onwards. I hope that's what happened, right? Because if not, it's going to be a problem, right? Because you just told us that you're intentional and you know you have 35 tattoos, you know all about it, and then we get to a point where you don't know all about it. Sir, it's giving problems, right? So for me personally, I was like, yeah, he gotta go. But look, and you know what the biggest thing is, right? Yeah, it's not like he's even the worst person we've ever seen on the show. He's not the worst. He's not the baddest person we've ever seen on the show. It's just you just didn't connect with the people, okay? All right. And I'm a person that as well. If you tell me that you know it's significant, and you can't really tell us if you can't really tell us how significant it is, yeah, there's other things. And also as well, I think Mika also commented on his, Mika also commented on his suit as well. She wasn't impressed. Okay, to say the least, Mika was not impressed by his suit. Okay. Also, I think his energy is a little bit spicy. I just think his energy is a little bit spicy. I don't know how best to say it. Y'all know what I want to talk about. Okay? You know exactly what I want to say. His energy is a little bit spicy. Now, you know what I'm trying to say. Okay? Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Just a little bit spicy. And I'll leave it at that. I don't think anything else more needs to be said about the situation. Yeah, just a little. Yeah, C-Pert, just a little zest. I mean, look, I'm not trying to be, just a little. I don't want to say it, but a little zest. And yeah. As a fashion designer is coming with the baddest fit. I hear that. And that's why I said that him critiquing freaking, well, not even critiquing, but it got to a point where he offered advice to Alexis about what change he should have brought. And I was like, oh, cap. No. I was at that point, no. Okay? Yeah? I was like, sir, we don't need to eat. Okay? Yeah, so I was just like, he had to go. All right, next person we want to talk about. I don't want to waste time on this because you know what? The next one, someone said Ding-a-ling talk was spicy. I'm not saying anything. And then obviously next person I want to talk about Will. Let's talk about William. Let's talk about William, because it's Will and William. Let's talk about William. William is he's a comedian. Shout out to comedians. We know that the last few seasons they've been on the show. William is a comedian, and he is looking to be aspirational because he wants to be able to help black women carry firearms. A very noble idea. But as Koshia said, how far have you got? Because it's all well and good telling me you want to do, but will you actually do? That's the real question right there. Let's see if we can get a little clip for William.
Dating a man with kids.
To be really honest with you, I would prefer not to, but I think everything is circumstantial. It depends on, how many mamas are involved.
So let's just say there's hypothetically 2 moms.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you are going to leave William's hips alone. Leave his hips alone. Leave Brother William's hips alone, okay? All right? Now, listen. Yes, William is thickum. Pause. It's crazy. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. It was, the strange part for me was more about the fact that he wanted to be a gun range owner. It was so... You know what? It was given stability again. Oh, it's given Aries saying stability. Where's Aries with the stability? It was given a little bit of that stability issue, right? So comedian, and then you want to be help black women with a gun range situation, and there hasn't been any particular movement towards that. Yeah, it's looking a bit political. If you tell me you want to do it, I need to see a little bit, I want to see a little bit, of movement there. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just a dream, and it could be just a, you can. It's at that point, it's not really doing anything. You need to have the building blocks. At least have some work ahead of yourself. At least have some stepping stones ahead of yourself. You know what I mean? Like, have those points there ready, So for me, I'm like, yeah, okay. You know what? Forget it. This guy, I don't know how serious he actually is. Because you have not put any emphasis or any building blocks ahead of yourself. So rather, he should have said something that he's actually working on, that he's actively working on. So that it doesn't become this aspirational dream that never actually has been achieved. Right? Like he said, his friend is a gun range owner. Fantastic. You got some steps. Now, what's the steps that you've put in place? Have you applied for permits? Have you applied for a place? Have you gone for grants? Have you gone for loans? What is it you're doing? We need a little bit of movement. We need a little bit of that. That's what I'm saying. We need a little bit of that, and we haven't got that. So, let that be. You know what I mean? Let that be. Okay. So that was my only thing with him, actually, at that point. Let me go on to Will.
Okay. Type of
that he wasn't here to understand or actually have a vulnerable conversation.
You can't jump in. I'll be real with you. I have 4 children.
Hold on.
Yes, I found out.
Hold on. You was dating this cat.
Mm-hmm.
You got married to this man.
Mm-hmm.
And you did not know he had kids.
I didn't know he had children at all, let alone 4 children.
All right, Will. Will, listen, Will was doing so well. Okay, all right. Will was doing so well. Okay, all right. Now, let me be honest with you, Koshia, this story don't make sense. We need to have some serious questions. Got married to a man, didn't know he had 4 kids. Now, men do lie, can't lie to you. Okay, but the story is wild. 4 kids married, and then you realize when he's married, yeah, that's wild. Okay, all right. Deceptive behavior. Now, 4 kids is hard to find. It's hard to hide if he's actually active. Maybe if he wasn't active, then yeah, okay, maybe not. But then suddenly 4 kids pop up. That's a bit mad. Now, Will, in this situation, honestly, should have handled it better. Why the heck are you saying anything about why are you judging the situation in the way that he does? Okay, Will at that point should have been, like what happened? How did we get to that point? I'm trying to understand your perspective, your story. Should have had a more empathetic viewpoint. He didn't. Okay, all right. He didn't. So me personally, I was like, yo, Will, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're not helping yourself, right? You're not helping yourself by doing this. Okay, so yeah, Will kind of downed himself there, but he had a really great conversation with Alexis. I liked the conversation. Okay, I liked the conversation with Alexis. It was good, friendly conversation. They seemed to be banterous, going back and forth. There looks to be a natural attraction between Will and Alexis. They see themselves as equals, and that's always a good thing because that means that no one's going to be disrespectful to the other person. Do you get what I'm saying to you? I think each person is going to consider themselves lucky to be the other person, and I can actually see them building a genuine, kind of connection between each other if he can stay in a competition, if he doesn't get friend zoned, if he doesn't say the wrong thing and get himself kicked off, So just all I'm saying, yeah. That's a mad thing there. But Will, yeah, I'm gonna need to fix up. Okay, Willow, fix up, baby. Okay, pause. All right, cool. Let's go on to
My chances of going.
Let's go on to the ladies now, because I think that's the gentlemen all done and all finished. Let's start first and foremost, if I can get April. April wasn't really in it. Did you guys? I saw April at the very beginning, and after that, I didn't really see her again. I can't lie to you. Like, we saw her for the very beginning when she gave her little something, but after that, I didn't see her again. I can't
You
remember
have a
seeing that.
protector, you have a provider. I mean, it's whatever you need, I'm there. I think the women are gonna like me. You know, I just feel like if I can get them every time they find out you're a comedian,
Okay,
they're
well
like,
then I don't want to be everybody. We can get into the jokes later.
I don't know what it is, but April, I don't know. I didn't really get much from April. I don't know if I was missing it. I watched it almost twice. I didn't really get anything from April. Like, April may also not been there for me. Like, she had 1 or 2 moments, but I just really didn't know that she was even really there. Like, I don't know. It just, yeah, she did say that she was a drug dealer. And then Will was like, oh, he tried to dap her and then she moved her hand away. But other than that, again, I didn't really get much from April. Okay? I didn't get much from April. I didn't really get, oh my God, like April, this and that. It's neither good nor bad. Right? Neither good nor bad. Now, that doesn't mean that she's necessarily forgettable. It just means that in amongst all the madness, I can't really remember much about April. Right? So, someone said April has watched the show. More than likely. You know? Oh, she's the oldest in the room. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Her being the oldest makes a lot of sense. And that's probably why she comes with a more mature kind of energy. Hence why I didn't really see her amongst all the madness that was happening on this particular episode, I guess. So I'm with it. I hear it, but I'm going to leave that alone. Because I didn't really get much from her. Let me go on to...
Seeing somebody that I grew up watching.
Let me go on to Mika. Because, baby, let me tell you something. Mika, baby. Okay? You hella fine times 10. Okay? Mika is fine. Okay? All right? That's all I got to say. Mika is fine. And she is a beautiful woman. Okay? Body voluptuous. Is talking to me. You know what I mean? Okay? And she seems pretty sweet for now. Okay? She seems pretty sweet for now. But she was looking good. I can't lie to you. Ooh. T-Perk said top 5 easy. I can't lie to you, brother. You might have a point. You know. And she seems sharp too. You know the ones there where she seems on job. I can't lie to you. You know, she is a stunning girl. But she don't want no more kids. I think she has 2 kids already. So I feel like she already has 2 kids already. So we're gonna have to wait and see, right? What she brings to the table in the following weeks. But right now, she seems sharp. She seems able. She seems like a smart one. Yeah, we'll find out. Someone said, "Oh yeah, the celebrity in the game, celebrity, someone who flew out." Well, you know what? We'll probably find out later on. Hopefully we can interview her. Okay, all right. Hopefully we can interview her and we'll find out. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no. It's for me. I liked her I liked her. She seems to have I'll say she has a very light-hearted kind of energy. You know, she can be serious, but I saw a little bit of a light-hearted energy as well. You know, on the show, her confessionals seemed pretty light. I mean, she took the mick out of Deonte earlier on about his suit, making him look like one of the characters out of whatever. So she just, you know, she definitely has a light energy. Now I'm just saying, listen. I'm just saying that, listen, we got to wait and see. It'll always be the fine ones that later on turn out to be a little bit, you know what I'm saying to you? I don't want to do anything yet. I want to make sure we pause and say, actually, let's wait and see, because it's usually them ones there that have the madness with them. It's usually them ones there that have the craziness with them. So let's hope she's a cool one, and you know, and she's not madness, not bringing no madness in the dunya. Okay, all right, all righty, cool, all right. Let's get the next person. Next person, obviously, I think is Alexis, I spoke about Alexis a little bit, but Alexis for me is a cool person too. Obviously, her mentioning her autoimmune disease as well was quite an open thing to say and quite a thing to share. She obviously felt comfortable enough to share that with Will, and she felt comfortable enough to share that with us early on. So for me, I would say that I really liked Alexis' down-to-earth energy. She seems to be she's a beautiful woman, but down-to-earth, very calm, nothing crazy about her, so it seems. Okay? So it seems. Okay? And so she just brought a lot of calm to me. I can't lie to you. When she was talking, I never, even with the beef that she was about to have with Koshia, I still didn't sense the beef. I still didn't sense the aggression per se. Do you get what I'm saying to you? I still was sensing some calmness, even amongst that beef. So I don't know. It's interesting to kind of see that. I don't know. Maybe we'll see it later on. But yeah, she seemed calm.
Mamas are involved.
So let's just say there's hypothetically 2 moms.
2 moms. You have 3 boys.
3 boys.
I'll be real with you. It's a lot.
Yeah, I think with Alexis, I love her cool, calm energy, and I love the fact that she's also someone that she seems to kind of, I don't want to say go with the flow, but rather more she's able just to, it seems like she's able to adapt. And like, even when she was giving her critique on, well, the only critique I didn't agree with is when she said about William and his trainers. When I noticed that Deonte had trainers on too. But yeah, she's obviously can tell the truth, and she does it in a way that's not necessarily disrespectful. Or at least it didn't feel that way as well. So someone said seems sincere. Yeah, that's my initial thoughts. That's my initial thoughts. Yeah, she reminds me of Hillary Banks. Absolutely. Yeah. It was a lot to explain the first interaction, but she didn't explain in a way that made interaction go dark. Yeah, definitely. I absolutely 100% agree with that as well. She didn't go dark with her hypotheticals and what she said. She still kept it light. She was factual, but she didn't go like, oh my God, I'm this and that. No, she's like, hey, look, I've just got to make sure I'll be very, very careful, and that's what it is, and I'm going to enjoy my life. So can't lie on that. I appreciate that. I'm mad. All right, cool. Next person. Who's my next person? My next lady. Okay, so next person's Koshia, isn't it? Okay, Koshia. Koshia.
Women of color, how to operate firearms safely and accurately so they can defend themselves.
It's an admirable thing to say, but I think a lot of people say a lot of things and don't put action towards what they say they want to do.
All right, Koshia, let me tell you something. She a whole problem, okay? And we knew that because the edit they gave her and they released out into the social media networks. She's a problem, okay? And she's going to be a problem because her mouth is too sharp. Her mouth is too sharp. Sis is going to be doing the most. Sis is going to be doing the absolute most. And that, for me, it's going to be a problem. It's like you're going to be doing too much. Like, when you see it and you see that she's going to be mouthing off, cussing people out, saying the most. Yeah. We've been here before. Yeah, it's a don't matter energy. It is again. It's like, it's come around the corner energy. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a come around the corner energy. And you're right. She is ratings. You're right. It's for ratings. Because it can't be anything else. It can't because she's serious. Honestly, when she was talking to Loran, that's what finished me off. When she told Loran, I'm looking, you know what? You got your guard up. I'm leaning in to let that guard come down. I was like, oh, girl, gonna make sure that she finesses you. But she likes Loran. She likes Loran. Do you know what? Can I be honest with you? With the Loran situation, her and Loran's conversation, was enlightening because it sounded like she wanted to be behind the walls. She wanted to be behind, and get deeper with him. And actually, that's not a bad thing. Okay, all right, that's not a bad thing. No, not Sean defending Koshia straight away. Not you defending the toxic traits, my brother. I see. But it's Loran, not Laron? Loran? Okay, Loran then. My bad, it's Loran. I thought it was Laron. But yeah, no, she gonna be definitely bringing up some fly work. She's definitely gonna be making some things happen. She's definitely gonna be causing some carnage. And every week I'm gonna have something to talk about because she's gonna do something crazy, I can tell. All right, so look, let's be honest. Loran has to be careful of her because she's the type to, I would say, try to take control. Okay, yeah, she's the type to take control. Can't lie to you. Major type to take control, and lead interactions as well. So I saw that and I was like, ooh. She said, "I'm gonna lean in. I'm gonna lean in." I'm going to lean in, and when I lean in, it's not because I want to. He was like, "Oh, gonna kiss you." He was like, "No, because I sense your guard is up." I said, "This girl's throwing game on this boy already. Boy don't even know." Boy doesn't even know. All right. But anyway, listen, guys. I wanted to keep it nice and short because you know why? I will be back here later on, 8 p.m. EST. Okay, and we'll have the super panel. These are my quick thoughts. First episode, it's just the first episode. The first episode, I just can't. There's nothing much. Nowadays, the first episode, there's nothing in. There's nothing happening on these episodes, like first episode. So it's hard for me to kind of jump to anything right now without actually making too many mad assumptions. But 8 p.m. we're gonna be on a super panel. We're gonna break it down, and we're going to get deeper as well. Yes, and it's only half the cast, exactly. So... Someone said the lean-in wasn't necessary to explain it. That lean-in was wild, I can't lie to you. The lean-in was wild, when she leaned in like that, I said, what is she doing? Somebody grab her. Somebody grab her. She was trying to get into man's soul. She was literally trying to get into man's soul. So, but anyway, okay, listen, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to jump in. We're going to be back here 8 p.m. EST. We will be back. I promise you, with a super panel, and we'll get the conversation flowing. So make sure you tune in 8 p.m. EST, and we're going to get in some stuff. Make sure you like, subscribe. Click on the bell button for notification uploads. Appreciate you. I'm trying to keep it nice and short.